How long you been together?
Oh my God, kind of a long time. We met in college, but like 3 years total.
Three years, but we've known each other for 11 years.
Yeah,
Best friends for 11 years.
yeah.
So you were in the friend zone for like,
That's perfect.
I was in the friend zone big time. I never thought I was going to come out of it, to be honest, but yeah.
was there ever a point where she was talking to you about the guys that she was sleeping with, or?
No, never that. It was just more so, I just never knew if like I was going to come out of the friend zone, but it was never her talking about the guys she was sleeping with. It was more so just, we were always just best friends and never know if it was going to work out.
I feel like in college we would like share all that stuff together. Like we were best friends in college, and we'd always talk about like we date other people, so we were always like super close about stuff like that. So.
And so, when did it click for you that you'd be just as attracted to him?
I mean, I think the attraction's always there, but if you're like prioritizing the friendship, it's a little bit different. But I think after we graduated and then like moved to the same city, so that was a couple years ago.
But I mean, surely he was trying to get with you during that time. Why didn't you give him a shot back then?
I mean, obviously he's a very good-looking guy, but he was like one of my best friends, and you don't want to lose a friendship. And you're at school, there's different things, and I think it's different when you're older and are in the same place and like same, I don't know, you're just like a bit more mature and like value the same things. It's hard when you're like 20 years old in college, but we're always best friends. So like then we were finally at a good place in our lives to explore that, and without like, I don't know, like risking the friendship. So.
What's your age?
53.
Are you single?
Yeah.
Have you found that as a man at your age, dating has gotten easier for you?
It's definitely harder. Yeah.
Why do you say that?
So I don't think women are looking for substance, right? So I'm looking for substance. I don't think they're looking for substance. They're looking for what I can do for them. You know what I mean? So it's pretty hard here in Brickell.
So it's harder in the sense of finding an intelligent woman, but easier because you can provide for them.
It's very easy to find one who wants to be provided for, yeah. But to find someone who's looking at me for me, it's pretty hard.
But I mean, if you have your pick of the litter, even though you're older, why not just exercise all your options?
I could, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for substance.
So why did your mindset change to, the latter?
What do you mean?
Why is it that you want something more stable now?
So I'm older. I need to find someone who's there for me, who's not after my money, right? Who's not after what I can give them, and who still wants to build with me at this age, right?
So what's the youngest? So what age range are you looking to date then?
At 53, I'll date 37 to 40. That's about it.
And nothing in the 20s?
No. That's a party lifestyle, a lifestyle that I have no interest in. And I definitely want someone who can relate to who I am. I don't think a 20-year-old is going to relate to who I am. Unless, she wants to spend money. She wants me to spend money.
What's your age?
I'm 42.
I'm almost 29.
Are you both single?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Well, my ex decided that when we moved to Miami, he liked the Latina flair and recently married the 28-year-old Cuban mistress.
How'd that make you feel?
Not so great in the beginning, but now that I'm free, I'm kind of loving it. And the MILF vibe is very real.
But do you think it was easier for him to find a younger, hotter girl than it is for you to find, an older, richer man?
I mean, I'm not looking for older or richer right now. I'm looking for just whatever, appeases my appetite at the moment. But of course, it's, for him, I think it was easier because I was also pregnant at the time with our third child.
That's interesting. So how do you go about co-parenting with him?
Well, fine. It was a very long and expensive ass divorce.
How long ago did it happen?
We finally settled last February. Oh my God, I hope he doesn't see this too. Anyways,
Be careful with what you say.
yes, last February, but things are very amicable now. Our co-parenting is good. I finally met the wife. She's lovely. She loves my babies. And so we're trying to kind of do the whole like blended family thing.
What's your age?
28.
Are you single?
I am.
Do you think that's a red flag?
That I'm single and 28?
Yeah.
Honestly, yes and no. Yes and no.
Why is it? Let's start there.
Because, like, the reason is what? Like, everyone's probably wondering why am I 28 and still not finding a guy? But then, the green flag could be like, okay, she's kind of waiting to find the right one and not just mess around.
8 billion people in the world, and you still haven't found anyone.
Honestly, I ask myself the same question every day.
You ever feel like you're on a time clock biologically to have kids?
I do.
How does that make you feel?
That makes me feel worried. But at the same time, in God we trust. You know what I'm saying?
So, in a perfect world, ideally, when would you want to have kids? At what age?
By 30.
2 years.
Yeah, in 10 years I'll be 40. Time is running.
But if you meet a guy right now, you sure he's gonna be like, okay, 2 years, let's go?
I hope. I'm not sure, but I hope. I don't know. I can assume.
You don't think that puts pressure on a man?
It does. But I'm dating guys in the 30s that I would assume would be down for kids. If not, then maybe he's not for me.
How long have you been with your man?
4 years.
When it comes onto your relationship, is it what your man says goes, or does he always involve you in decision making?
Most times I do agree with all decisions that he does make, but he does hear out what I have to say and he takes it into consideration. But most of the times we do go by what he says. I just think he's a very wise person.
Now, why is it, well, do you consider yourself wise as well?
I consider myself a wise person, a reasonable person.
So why isn't it that you're the one who's making most of the decisions in the relationship?
I don't know. I think I just rely on my man to make the decisions, and I like that. I like that part of embracing my femininity.
So you like it when your man leads?
100%.
But do you think it could work if you were the one playing that role instead?
I don't know. I feel like I wouldn't like a man who I can boss around.
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like a woman's job is to be feminine, and it's always been this way. I feel like men are always masculine. They're always leaders. They're always protectors and providers. So I feel like, for me, I'm always going to want a man that's masculine.
So if he says, yo, we're moving to Texas, this is the best place for the job opportunities for me, you're moving with him?
100%. I actually love Texas. We were just talking about moving to Texas recently.
When you guys go out together, who typically pays for the dates?
I'm gonna answer this one. It's me typically, but like that's not because she's not down to pay. That's just where that's how I grew up. I honestly think when you're in love with somebody and you want to treat them well, that's part of treating them well is paying for things. Like I want to be a gentleman and treat her well, and like I'm obsessed with her. And I like no, honestly, it sounds funny, but I am very obsessed with her, and I love her, and part of like being a good guy to me, the way I was brought up, is like paying for somebody that you are in love with and that you really care about, and that's how I feel about her.
I also think like I was raised the same way. I try to always split things. So our jobs are very different. Like I moved 6 months ago to a fully commissioned job in real estate. I worked in financial sales before. So we try to I don't know, I think we try to split things, but he's been really great about like, he always is very, accommodating and trying to treat me, which is so nice, but I'm also independent and want to pay for my own stuff, so.
So when do you offer to split the bill with him?
Honestly, every dinner, yeah. Anytime we do dinner, we try to even it out, like with dinners, drinks, stuff like that.
Being that he's investing mostly financially, where would you say you invest as his woman?
I mean, I don't think that's totally the case. Like, I think we have invested financially like very equal amounts. Like I made a career change more recently, and so he's been helpful with that, but like I have my own money where I invest in our apartment, I invest in like things with our dog, our like health insurance, my own stuff like that. So, but I think he's an amazing guy, and he always wants to like treat me with dinners and things like that. But I also want to treat him like we're equals, and I think the fact we've been friends for so long, we always want to do that for each other. So I don't know if you have a different answer, but like.
At 53, have you ever been married before?
Yeah,
How long was it?
9 years.
And did you initiate a divorce or did she?
I did.
Okay. Now, why did you end that marriage after so long?
We just got to a point where I wasn't happy anymore. So I just did not want to have that marriage prolong into getting worse, right? So I saw where the dangers were, I saw the red flags, and I moved on.
Well, what did you notice at the end of it that you didn't really pick up on in the beginning? How did it change?
So in the beginning was fine. In the middle of the relationship, coming towards the end, it was very demanding, a very stressful relationship. So I didn't want that stress in my life.
Stressful in what ways?
Very demanding, telling me what to do, making sure that I do what I'm supposed to do in a demanding way. I think, the perfect partner is somebody that you build with, right? We share each other's concerns and we share each other's responsibility. It wasn't like that when I was married.
So you felt like she was micromanaging you,
Definitely.
but you were supposed to be leading as a man.
Well, I am a leader. I have no problem leading. I'm just not the one to be told what to do. So I want us to tell each other what's in our best interest. But this wasn't that relationship.
Being that you're recently divorced at 42
Yeah.
with 3 kids,
Yeah.
how soon would you want another man to meet them?
Well, okay, so I did have a rebound relationship with a 26-year-old for 6 months. That was amazing.
What was so amazing about it though?
I mean, all the things.
Did he take you out to dinners and dates?
Yes. Yes. Like literally one night we were going out to dinner. My backyard, like leading to the driveway, was all gravel, and I had Python Louboutins on, and he just scooped me up and carried me to the car because he didn't want me to ruin my shoes. Like I'd never had that in my life before, ever.
And would you say that he made you feel young again in that relationship?
Yes, yes. And he was like an old soul, so it was good. We balanced each other out, but yeah, it like brought me back to life. And yes, behind closed doors. Yep. Yep.
You liked the way he blew your back out then?
Oh yeah.
So did you end up cutting it off or did he?
His family basically. It was like it was more of like a family thing, It was like a 26-year-old. He's successful in the area.
You can have fun.
He comes from a prominent family, and the idea of their baby boy dating a single mother with 3 children of a certain age was scandalous.
What's the worst date you've been on?
This is my first date ever. I was 18. He took me on a date on a city bus, public transportation, didn't pay for my fare. I had to pay for my own freaking fare. And then he took me out for like coffee, and then we walked back home, which was like over an hour walk.
Did you like the guy?
I did not. I dropped him after that date real quick.
But if he was more attractive and had a little bit more game and had more charisma, do you think?
He did it. You can't say but he did it. I don't know.
Of course, but it's a hypothetical. If that were the case,
No,
do you think that would make it?
That couldn't afford to take me there, like either by car or by cab, and maybe walk home over an hour, I would just drop him. I think so.
Now, what about a dating experience you had in your mid-20s?
It was interesting.
Why?
Interesting, because I was going out with a lot of the same men, and now that I moved to Miami, it's a very different crowd.
How long have you been in Miami?
2 years.
And where are you from originally?
New York.
What do you think the men in Miami expect from you as a woman?
Just to be hot. That's all they care for here. They're very materialistic, into looks, into vibes.
All the men want hair or boobs and butts and BBLs and lip filler.
Fake girls. And I don't think I'm a fake girl. That's why I'm having a hard time in Miami.
So you see yourself as real and genuine.
I think I'm a real girl.
But do you still think that you qualify as hot?
In my eyes, maybe not in their eyes, but in my eyes.
So be honest with me. How do you compete with other women to get men here?
I think better personality. I think just focus on being real and have a true, funny, outgoing personality and hope that that's going to get you the one.
If you were to get pregnant right now, what would you choose to do?
I would keep the baby. For sure.
Would there be any hesitation?
I don't think there would be any hesitation, but I also understand sometimes people don't feel secure in their relationships, but in my relationship I feel secure and I feel like we also have the financial means to raise a baby. So I 100% would have my baby.
Do you think your man feels the same way? He would want to keep it as well.
Yeah, I think he would as well. I think he also comes from a really big family, so that helps. And you know, our parents had us when they were really young, so around their age. So I don't think he would have any hesitation to keep our baby.
So dollar figure wise, what do you think the bare minimum requirement is to raise a child in 2023?
That is so crazy because I just saw an article the other day that said that at least $1 million a year to have a baby. So I think you would need a lot of money.
You think that's practical?
I don't know if it's practical, but I mean, I think most of us are gonna end up parents anyway, so might as well, you know?
At 53, do you care about how promiscuous a woman's past is?
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want anyone that's been ran through, right? But at my age, I think, you know, my pickings might be a little slim. So I'll definitely have to make some exceptions.
Well, describe and explain the term ran through. What do you mean by that?
Well, like someone who has multiple partners during their course of life, right? So we all look for someone who is not promiscuous, right? But to find that at my age might be very slim.
But do you think it's fair to expect that at even any age in today's day to find a virgin woman?
Right. You shouldn't. No, that's almost impossible. It's almost impossible.
So how does a man deal with a woman's promiscuous past?
Well, I can only speak for me. You know, I would like someone who did not have that type of past, but you know, I'll be more than happy. I'll be more than willing to talk to you and understand who you are, as long as you're a good woman at heart.
What would you say the limit is? The absolute limit for you is?
5, 6. That's it.
And that's from the moment she loses it.
Yeah. I mean, like, it can't be a high number. It cannot be a high number.
So if you heard a woman had one over 30, what goes through your mind? Why is promiscuity bad?
Over 30 body counts? That's a lot. That's crazy.
Why is that a bad thing, though?
No. That's crazy, bro. Like, you slept with 30 people. That's a lot. Everything is going, you know, STDs, stuff going around here. Yeah, that's insane.
Is it the same for a man?
It definitely is the same for a man, I'm sure. A woman should be concerned, you know, and a man should be concerned. So yeah, I think it goes both ways.
What do you think the way you're dressed right now communicates to men?
Honestly, I didn't think about this when I put this outfit on, but if I think about it now, I don't know, I guess not your norm in Miami, right? Like, look around right now. No one's dressed like this.
How are they dressed around here for the people watching?
The women I'm looking at right this second, they all have like really tight see-through dresses, really short, really skimpy, which I have skimpy clothes too, by the way. I'm not knocking it, but I don't know. I feel like this is a little more conservative.
Well, how do you feel men look at you when you dress conservative as opposed to skimpy, provocative?
I personally feel, and this is not a fact, but I personally feel that when men see me and I dress like this versus like a sexier outfit, they approach me differently. Different kinds of men approach me more to my liking. And I think it's natural for a man to look at a woman that dresses like more conservatively and to view her in a more modest way.
So why wouldn't modest be the #1 choice for most women who come out?
I think every woman's different. I don't think there's one way or another. Like I said, I have clothes that are more revealing. I have clothes that are less revealing. It's just a matter of like your vibe. and I don't think there's one right way or another. And I don't think that men should treat women differently based on what they wear, but I think it is a fact that a lot of the time that they do.
If I was your man, what would I need to pay for?
In our marriage or in a partnership, in a relationship? What do you mean?
Right.
Which one?
In a relationship.
Well, hopefully, like our outings, our dates, presents. Not much, I guess.
So if we're boyfriend, girlfriend, all I need to cover as a man is dates and presents.
What else?
I wouldn't need to cover your hair,
No.
nails.
Hair and nails is not a must. That's on me. That's my duties. It's like me paying for your haircuts. That's your duties.
But a woman isn't expected to provide like a man is to the woman.
Right. But no, I wouldn't ask for that. It would be nice if they offered it, but I wouldn't ask for it.
Okay. Now what about marriage?
What about it? My phone is blowing up. Yeah.
What would I be expected to
In
cover
marriage,
then?
I feel like, yeah, you would cover everything of mine. Because when you sign up to marry me, you sign up to take care of me and provide me with everything I need. And me working is a bonus.
But it shouldn't be a necessity.
I don't think so.
So when we're married, that's when I'm gonna be required to start paying for your hair, nails, toothbrushes, blankets. Okay. And what do you give the man back in return?
Everything. My
Everything
whole
such as?
body, my soul, my energy, everything.
If I say jump,
My children,
our children.
our children, everything.
Well, you're and his children.
Right, our children.
So if I say jump, you're jumping twice.
No. Maybe I'd ask why.
That's because he said it.
No, it doesn't work that way.
What do you mean by that?
I have to know why. I can't just do things just 'cause.